BASCOM slapped with cybercrime charge. Guyana president to meet U.S. vice president. National Day of Mourning plan. And 5 bids for GTE plan. Hi, I'm Rico Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Today, police detective Dion Bascom was slapped with 3 cybercrime-related charges for allegedly harassing 2 of his senior colleagues, Superintendents Mitchell Caesar and Chabinoth Singh, by accusing them of covering up the murder of Ricardo Fagundes. Crime Chief Wendell Blanham also filed private criminal charges against Bascom, all of which he pleaded not guilty to. He was released on $300,000 bail, despite objections from police legal advisor Mandel Moore, who said he needed to be in jail based on the seriousness of the offense, and also accused him of being a flight risk, despite the fact that he has yet to harm anyone physically. Nevertheless, the chief magistrate adjourned the matter until September 21st. Several officials from British Airways are currently in Guyana to lay the groundwork for the March 2023 commencement of twice-weekly scheduled service between Georgetown and London by way of St. Lucia. They are currently meeting with various officials within the aviation sector, including the Minister of Public Works. Today, Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony said that Guyana's second monkeypox patient has been discharged from the infectious diseases hospital, as they are no longer infectious. Thus far, 15 persons have tested for monkeypox, with only 2 confirmed cases having positive results. Over in Linden, staff members at Amelia's Ward Primary saved the school building from a suspected electrical fire early Tuesday morning. The school was evacuated safely, while the faculty were able to put out the flame. They said the building will be inspected by an electrician before classes resume. This is just the latest in a string of school fires in Guyana suspected to be electrical in nature over the past 2 years. Yesterday, the High Court threw out the case against former Finance Minister Winston Jordan over the controversial sale of riverfront property to BK Marine at a fraction of its actual $5 billion value. According to the courts, as Attorney General, Nondalal was not the proper party to have brought the action, as Nissel should have been. And given his position, the action could be seen as an abuse of the court's process, and resultantly, the court struck it out. It was also explained that the very alleged corrupt transaction Jordan is being accused of handling is the same transaction the PPP initiated in 2006 with BK International, but they held BK in court over it for years up until 2017, when the coalition finally moved forward with the agreed-upon lease. Thus, the court awarded $2 million each to Jordan and BK International. Our president is set to depart Guyana today for a series of engagements in the United States, including a meeting tomorrow in Washington, D.C. between Caribbean leaders and the Vice President, Kamala Harris. The meeting is a follow-up to Biden and Harris's commitment at the recent Summit of the Americas to partner with the Caribbean to promote energy security, access to finance, and food security. Following that, the president is also expected to engage in several diaspora meetings, as well as attend an upcoming meeting of the UN General Assembly. It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, K-9 services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Your home is your most valuable asset. So before you sign on the dotted line, call VJS Home Inspections. They are a licensed and insured home inspection company with professionals operating in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island, and Westchester County, from electrical and plumbing issues to a leaky roof. If there's a fault in the house, VJS will find it using the latest industry technology, including infrared scanners, HD drones, and more. So, if you're buying or selling a home in New York, make the smart choice. Call VJS Home Inspections at 914-513-9356 and tell them Noriko sent you. Over in Berbice, 3 cops, including a sergeant, are being investigated after they allegedly accepted a $400,000 bribe to cover up the discovery of an illegal firearm. After the discovery, they allegedly tried to extort the suspect for $1 million, only for them to agree to $400,000 instead. Wow, morally corrupt and mentally incompetent. Shame. No longer will the police force have to manually write statements after the government handed over 17 million Ghana dollars in computers and various accessories. With this, statements will now be recorded and computer generated. The 38 pieces of equipment will be distributed to various police stations nationwide. An old grievance between two men is ultimately what led to the death of 41-year-old Quincy Weeks, who was stabbed to death this morning on the East Bank. According to the police, he and another driver got into an argument over a parking space at the head of the Mucka public road, which ended with the 28-year-old suspect stabbing Weeks 4 times. The suspect is currently in police custody. The president has declared September 19, 2022 as a national day of mourning for Queen Elizabeth II in sympathy and solidarity with the royal family, the people of the United Kingdom, and other Commonwealth realms. With this day of mourning declared, the president has declared that all authorities, boards, commissions, corporations, public agencies, ministries, and citizens to fly Guyana's golden arrowhead at half-mast. Well, I don't know about you all, but I don't think I can adequately mourn at work. He might as well just go the extra mile and declare it a full-out holiday. Yesterday, the government signed a contract to provide the nation with 33 megawatts of solar power, financed by US $83.3 million of funds from the Norway RED Plus deal. The US $83.3 million had been originally earmarked for the PPPC's controversial A Mile of Falls hydro project, but when in government, the coalition instead struck a deal with Norway for the money to be assigned to solar power instead. The plants will be built in Berbice, Essequibo, and Linden. Now for today's oil update. Without giving an exact date, Jagdeo has declared that Guyana's first offshore oil block auction will take place before the end of the month. He, however, noted that the government has to institute key provisions to facilitate the auction since Guyana's laws do not allow for it. The blocks that will be up for auction include those areas that have already been relinquished by oil companies. The government has received 5 bids for the construction of the power plant and natural gas liquids plant at Wales, West Bank, Demerara. Thus far, the government has received 5 bids ranging from US $450 million to US $900 million for the construction of the 2 plants. Additionally, the government estimates that the pipelines should cost around US $1 billion. It is expected to be completed in 2024. Are you a truck owner? Pay close attention. Avoid lengthy downtime when your truck broke down. Get high-quality DAF, International, Freightliner, Bedford TM, or Scammell truck parts at the lowest prices at Powered Automotive. Visit them at Lot 1161 EE Eccles, or call them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's Car of the Week. Currently on sale is this 2016 Suzuki Jimmy Sierra 4-wheel drive. It comes with regular and low-range 4-wheel drive, Bluetooth, mag rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamps, bar camera, and much, much more. That costs for $3.4 million. All pay as low as $700,000 down, with around $67,000 a month for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lama Street, and tell them Mariga sent you for this sweet deal. Now for our Uncut News Viewers Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. Yesterday, I asked how you feel about the election COI. Do you think any good will come of it? The realist one says, well, since I see the last person I know, this is just another rubber stamp thing. Nimal Ramnath seems to agree. They said, I think it's a waste of money. Nothing will be done with the findings. Politicians are all the same. It's time for Guyanese to wake up and to come together. We need a better system. You are absolutely right about that. So, before we get to tonight's question, you can multiply your cash by selling Digicel Top-Up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Now for tonight's question. How do you feel about the president declaring Monday as a national day of mourning for Queen Elizabeth II? Do you think it's appropriate, or do you disagree with it? Why or why not? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying good night, folks.